the Master Passive Income Podcast, where we talk about investing in real estate rental properties with a special focus on making enough money so you can quit your job and live the dream life. And now, here is your host, Dustin Heiner.
All right, welcome to the Master Passive Income Show. My name is Dustin Heiner, and I'm here to help you learn how to quit your job, that J-O-B, that just over broke job, by having and investing in real estate rental properties. I want to show you how to do that. And now today, I really want to talk to you about the coronavirus. There are so many people that are actually talking about the coronavirus, but what's amazing is people are closing their businesses down for a while, and us investors, we still make money. Our rental properties make us money over and over again. We are not worried about the coronavirus because we have rental properties that make us money. We have passive income that make us money whether we work or not. As places are closing down, what is going to happen if, they can't go to work? They can't make money. If you're working a JOB, a just over broke job, what's going to happen is you're not going to be able to go to work. Your boss is not going to be able to pay you any money because they're closed and they're not making any money. It's not fair for them to pay you out of their own pockets. What's sad is that there are so many people and so many things that are closing down. Now, first thing that I think of is I'm definitely not panicking. We've seen this before with SARS, with the swine flu. There was at least almost every other year, there's a big flu that goes around. Ebola. I was really worried when Ebola came out, but that came and went, and so we're okay. I do kind of feel like it'll eventually, I definitely feel everything will be okay. That's number one. I definitely feel like everything will be fine. It's just rough right now. We want to make sure that nobody else continues to get sick or, people who are sick get well and all that sort of stuff. We absolutely do that. But we've seen this before. We've seen it come and go. And so we definitely shouldn't be panicking as we see markets fluctuate, markets drop, and the stock market is literally tanking right now. But here's the amazing thing, and this is the reason why I wanted to do a update for you on the coronavirus, is to really talk to you about not working a JOB, not working a job for somebody else, being just over broke, and then if you don't work, you don't get paid. What I personally love and what I do is I invest in real estate rental properties. I just want to encourage you to think about rental properties as a way of investment. Now, you're having conferences close down. They're even closing down March Madness. I feel so bad for the seniors who have been playing their entire life trying to get to March Madness. They're in March Madness and, playing basketball. This is called, if you don't know what March Madness is, it's for college basketball players. It's like the championship and everything. It's like the big everything. They've been working their entire lives for this, and now it's literally being canceled. I feel horrible for them, their senior year, and they can't play. Or the stock market dropping literally, I think it was 10% or something ridiculous. It's being really crazy. Conferences being closed down, cruises. I'm not too worried about cruise companies, but they probably make plenty of money. But their businesses are suffering, and people are staying home, which is understandable. We don't want to get sick. We don't want other people to get sick. If we're sick, we should stay home. If I got sick, I would literally quarantine myself inside the room and keep everybody out. Maybe go get a hotel or something for the kids and my wife so that they are not going to get sick. But here's what's amazing. I don't have an office to go to. I don't have to go to work. I don't have to miss work. I literally have rental properties. So I buy one rental property, and it literally takes me 3 hours of my own personal time. Now, it takes a lot more work than that, and I have other people do that work for me. Now, what's amazing is it takes 3 hours of my time to find the property. In fact, I don't even find properties. They come into my email from people who are wholesalers or realtors or other investors or anybody else who's trying to sell a property. They send it over to me because they know I'm an investor, that I buy properties. I wake up in the morning, I drink my coffee, I look at my email and see what properties are people are trying to sell right now. Oh, here's a good property, or here's a bad property, or here's one I really want to put an offer in. So I literally don't even find properties. I get them in my email. Then I say that, hey, this looks like a good area. I already have a business built there. And if you're going to ever do this, you definitely need to build a business. But Now, for anybody who actually wants to invest in real estate, I'm going to pause it because I'll keep going and teach you the process to invest in real estate. Yeah, I want you to get started investing in real estate. I want you to text the word rental, RENTAL, to 33777, rental to 33777, and I will send you my free real estate investing course. I will walk you through in my course how to find properties, how to make offers on properties, how to make sure you're not going to lose money, how to calculate the numbers, how to get funding for your properties, how to get property managers, and how to get everybody else to do the work for you and set up the business right. I will send that to you. Text the word rental to 33777. Now, in going along with that, I have somebody else find the properties for me and send me the properties. I look at them and then I analyze them. I tell my property managers and realtors, go out and take a look at it, send pictures. And if it's a good deal, I'll wire transfer the money, sign the documents, and literally at most takes 3 hours of my time. Now, I'm always talking about passive income. I work 3 hours and I make profit. I buy a property and I make profit every single month. The profit is in the form of passive income from the rents minus the expenses. That's $250 or more. I don't buy any property that's under $250. $250 or more in passive income that goes into my pocket. Now, what's amazing is with one property making $250 a month, that's life-changing. That's an extra $3,000 a year in your pocket. If your boss gave you an extra $3,000 a year, a raise, you'd say, thank you, that's fantastic. Well, you can absolutely do that to yourself. Now, if you had 10 properties making you $250 or more every month, that would be $2,500 a month in passive income without you working. Remember, I work 3 hours, buy a property, and then that property works for me for the rest of the time that I own it, which is years and years, and then I pass it down to my kids. But 10 properties at $250 a month is $2,500 a month. And then per year, that's $30,000. It's a little lower than 30. $30,000 a year in passive income. You can absolutely do this. I took about 6 years, and after 6 years, I had 19 properties. I was making $10,000 in gross rents. That's, total money coming in. I think the passive income, it was right around $6,500 in passive income after I pay off, mortgages, property managers, insurance, taxes, all that good stuff. I was pocketing $6,500 in passive income. And here's what's the amazing thing. If I was working a job right now, if I didn't have all these properties, I would potentially not be able to get paid because I wouldn't be able to go to work because the business is closed down for the time being. I even heard of my old church. They literally are stopping this service, the Sunday service. That's just personally for me, absolutely dumbfounding why anybody would do that. But what is interesting is things are just going to stop because they don't want the virus to spread. Now, this will blow over. Life will always go on. It will keep going on. But right now, we got to take precautions. Precautions are closing things down. Here's the great thing. I can literally hang out in my house for this to go over and not worry about money because I have money coming in the form of passive income. Now, there's so many steps in doing this, in building a business, because I strongly suggest, if you're going to invest in real estate, you absolutely need to make sure that you build the business first. See, anybody can find a property anywhere in the country. Like if it's, next door to you, find a property and say, hey, that looks like a good property. Let me go ahead and put a tenant in there, buy it and put a tenant in there. And, I'll have a rental property making money. Well, here's the funny thing. I love buying properties from people who actually do that because they probably, I would say 99% of the time, don't do it right. They do it wrong. They lose money. They don't know how to manage it. They're not doing well on the property. They hate the property. After 10 years, they're like, I can't stand this anymore. I'm never going to own another rental property, and I just need to get rid of it. And they dump it. I love buying properties off of people who do not build the business first. And that's what we do at Master Passive Income, is we build the business first. We buy the properties, and so that we can actually have the business make money. So again, I want to get you started investing in real estate rental properties. Text that word rental to 33777. And what I'm going to try to encourage you to do is to just Remain calm. Everything's fine. I was out today. I went to Panera Bread. I was literally just hanging out, recording some videos and working on the computer because I wanted to. I wanted to get out of the house. I didn't even think about the bird flu, or no, it's not the bird flu. It's the coronavirus, whatever it's called, because they come and go. But let's not panic. Let's try to be as calm as we can. Take precautions. Obviously, wash your hands. Things just be safe. Just get rid of the germs by washing your hands using the Purell and all that sort of stuff. I just am laughing at people who are buying loads and loads of toilet paper. Not saying it's bad to have lots of toilet paper. Definitely not saying that. But this will blow over. It'll absolutely go away. And in, let's say, summertime, just like with Ebola, like I was really, really scared with Ebola, but I learned my lesson. But here's the amazing thing. The stock market has dropped in the last 2 weeks, like literally 20%, if not 25, almost 30% of the gains. I was talking to my dad. So my dad's 70 and a half years old. He doesn't have a whole ton of life left. He usually just buys stocks and holds on to it, and holds on to it. He says, it'll come back. If I sell now, it'll be bad. Now, I'm not telling him he should sell now, but in December, I literally told him, hey, Dad, you made a lot of money. You should take some gains off the table. You should literally sell some of your stocks. Just take a little off the table. We don't want to be a hog and get slaughtered. Be a pig and get slaughtered. There's a saying, a stock guy says, bears make money, bulls make money. Those are, bears are people that don't think that stock market's going to go up. It's going to go down. Bulls are people think it's always going to go up. But pigs get slaughtered. So bears make money, bulls make money, but pigs get slaughtered. We don't want to be a pig. Let's take some money off the table. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Now, I'm not a financial analyst. I'm not anything. My suggestion is to my dad. I'm just suggesting, hey, Dad, hold on to your money. Don't sell now. Selling now would not be wise. In a little bit, maybe in a month, the economy is going to correct. It's going to come back up, and it'll go back up. This is not the time that's literally going to crash. This is not going to crash. It's just going to go over. When it comes back up, and you'll see if it gets back up to the point where it is making up money. Like right now, you should be probably I'm telling my dad this. I'm not telling you this. I'm just giving you a little bit of insights. And I've said this before, and I'll say this again. I am horrible at buying stocks for myself and probably for other people. I just know the economy will come back. The economy will come back. I'd say within 6 months, it'll probably be right back where it was. And so what I'm telling my dad is, if you sell right now, you're going to be losing a little bit of money. Hold on to it. Wait. It'll come back up. Once you see it back up to where it was before the market started crashing, then take some off the table. Even just take off half of the money. Let's say you put in $10,000 into an account that you're trading stocks and buying things and mutual funds and all that sort of stuff. You put $10,000 in. Take off just half, like take $5,000 out. You still made gains. My dad's made a lot of money in the stock market the last, 4 years that Trump's been in office. I mean, it's just been going gangbuster. It's been going so fantastic. He's making loads of money. Now he's lost 20% of those gains. And like, Dad, if you would have taken some money off the table in December, you'd do well. So what I'm telling is wait, it'll bottom out and it'll come back up, then sell. I'll just take a little off the table and then let the rest ride. Like if you're going gambling at the casino, you literally put the money down and that's your capital. That's how much money you have. That's your own money. You start winning. Like you start with $10, you get to $15, $20, $30. You start making money. We'll pull your initial principal out, the initial money, the $10 you put in, and just play with the house's money. Now that's with the stock market. Us as investors that invest in rental properties, I have no care in the world if the stock market goes down because I don't invest in the stock market personally. I have a little bit of money. I don't know, like a couple $1,000s in a mutual fund that I haven't touched because I just don't need to. It's been sitting there from my old job. But what's going on right now is I'm looking at my rental properties. No matter what happens, they're still making me money. If people lose their job, that's really, really sad. But what's going to happen is they're going to lose their house. If they're renting or they're buying a house, they're not going to be able to pay their mortgage. Well, what does that come? What comes with people not being able to own their house? They move out. The pool of renters go up. So we have more people wanting to rent our properties, and it's the same amount of properties out there. In fact, prices would eventually come down. And I'm not saying this is what's going to happen right now. I'm just giving you a big picture. If people can't pay their mortgage, there's going to be more renters, which keeps the rental rates high enough to where you're still making money. So if you're making $250 or more on every single property, you're going to be making money. See, in 2006, when I started buying my properties, I started buying properties over and over and over again because it was going great. I was making good money. And then the market crashed. And on paper, I literally lost just about half of all of my investment on all the properties. But the great thing is I was still making passive income on every single property. So every month I was making money, even though all of my properties were cut in half in value. Well, guess what? 10, 12 years later, it's literally back up to where I bought it and then some. Like I've made more appreciation. Plus the properties, I've owned them for 10 years and that's 10 years of money coming in my pocket. Imagine 10 years of having, well, let's just, easy numbers. 10 properties that I owned for 10 years. If they're making $250 a month for 1 year at 10 properties, that is $30,000. Over 10 years, that's $300,000 in profit that I made just from 10 properties over those 10 years, let alone 20 properties, let alone 30 properties. Man, that's the beauty of having rental properties. On top of your tenants pay all of your bills. I don't pay my taxes. I don't pay my insurance. I don't pay my property managers. I don't pay any of that stuff. My tenants do. I don't even pay the mortgage or the interest or the principal. My tenants do. So they pay all that. Plus I get tax breaks. Plus I get equity capture. I could refinance, buy more properties, which is an advanced strategy, which I've done many times. I've showed all my students how to do that. And so it is amazing how rental properties can shield you from things like this. So I really, even though I love business, I love doing all this sort of stuff with Successfully Unemployed and Master Passive Income, my favorite though is where I don't work and I still make money. People still pay with electronic. They pay their rent with electronics. I don't even have to, my property managers don't even have to see them. The money comes in whether they see them or not, and I get money. I don't have to worry about my money. I don't have to worry about going to work, getting sick, or anything like that. If I wanted to, I could just hunker down in my room or my house with my kids and be totally fine. So you guys, I really, really hope that you guys are doing well, that nobody's getting sick. And if you are sick, I'll pray. I do pray that things get better and better, that you get well, and I know this will pass. This will absolutely pass. There's literally no reason to panic. Now, it's only when billions are dying, that's when we panic. Right now, we're doing fine, like the swine flu, SARS, Ebola, all these other things that have happened so many other times before. Those were rough, but we got through those. This may be rough too. It's not as rough as those other ones, but we'll get through that. Everything will be fine. So let's keep on keeping on. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for being here on the show. I really, really appreciate you. You guys are fantastic. Take care of yourselves. I'll be praying for you. We'll see you next time.